Among all the different types of functions, like curves, waves, or spirals, the linear function is the simplest and most fundamental. The word linear comes from line, which tells you exactly what it does. When you graph a linear function on a coordinate plane, it always forms a perfectly straight line. Let's look at how a simple mathematical formula translates into a geometric line. We start with our linear function, y equals minus x plus 2. Let's first build an xy table or input-output table. First, if we let x equals minus 1, plugging it into our formula gives us a y value of 3. That gives us our first point with color pink right here at minus 1, 3 on the coordinate plane. Next, let's plug in 0. 0 plus 2 is just 2, which gives us our y-intercept as 0, 2. What if we choose x equals 2? The formula yields a y value of 0, placing a point right on the x-axis. It is also the root of the function if y equals 0. And finally, if x is 3, y becomes minus 1. Now we have 4 distinct points plotted on our coordinate plane. If we connect these dots, they line up perfectly to form a straight continuous line. Every single point on this line satisfies our original equation, y equals minus x plus 2. Now, why we used 4 points today to really see the pattern. Remember a fundamental rule of geometry. You only need 2 points to define a unique line. Any extra points just confirm what the first 2 already told us. Let's look at the yellow line and its equation on the right. Watch what happens as we change the values of a and b. First, as a shifts from 1 to minus 3, the line flips upside down. Next, keeping a constant at minus 3, watch b drop from 1 to minus 2. The line slides perfectly parallel downward, crossing the vertical axis at minus 2. Now, keeping b locked, a swings from minus 3 to 2, pivoting the line. Finally, with a constant at 2, b increases from minus 2 to 3, moving the line straight up. Let's look at the general structure of a linear function. As you can see, a linear function always takes the standard form y equals f of x equals a times x plus b. No matter what numbers we choose for a and b, its graph will always be a perfectly straight line. Let's look at a concrete example. Y equals 2x plus 3. Here, the coefficient a equals 3 is our slope, which measures the rate of change or how steep the line is. The constant b equals 3 is the y-intercept, telling us exactly where the line crosses the vertical axis. If we look at the graph on the left, you can see this in action. The line crosses the y-axis precisely at 3, matching our value for b. From there, for every 1 unit we move to the right, the line climbs up by 2 units, because our slope is positive 2. Let's dive deeper into a specific example. The line y equals 2x plus 1. Looking closely at the graph on the left, we can spot 2 critical features right away. First, our green arrow points to the y-intercept at 1, where the line cuts through the vertical axis. Second, the red arrow points to the root of the function, the x-intercept. which happens exactly as x equals negative 1/2, where the function equals 0. Now, let's shift our attention to the right side and explore the behavior of the slope represented by the variable a. The slope measures both the steepness and the direction of the line. A fundamental rule of linear functions is that the slope is completely independent of the points you choose to measure it. To see this in action, look at points A, B, and C highlighted on our coordinate plan. If we calculate the rise overrun between points A and B, the formula gives us 4 divided by 2, which simplifies to a slope of 2. What if we use points B and C instead? Plugging their coordinates into the formula yields the exact same result, 4 over 2, which equals 2. No matter which pair of points you pick along this straight path, the rate of change remains a constant 2. Now, let's see what happens when we experiment with the slope. We'll lock our y-intercept at 1 and vary the value of a using the function y equals a times x plus 1. First, let's look at the purple line, where y equals 1.5x plus 1. When the slope a is positive, meaning greater than 0, the function is increasing. As you read from the graph from the left to right, the line points upward. Next, what if we completely flatten the slope? Look at the yellow horizontal line where a equals 0, giving us the formula y equals 0x plus 1, or simply y equals 1. With a 0 slope, the function is constant. It neither rises nor falls. Finally, let's turn the slope negative. Look at the orange line representing y equals minus 2x plus 1. When a is less than 0, the function is decreasing, causing the line to point downward from left to right. In short, positive climbs, 0 stays flat, and negative falls. To put everything together, let's explore how multiple linear functions interact with one another. By analyzing their slopes and y-intercepts, we predict exactly how lines behave when plotted together. First, let's look at parallel lines. Look at the yellow line. Y sub 1 equals x plus 2, and the blue line, y sub 2 equals x minus 1. Notice that both lines share the exact same slope, a equals 1, but have different y-intercepts. Because their rates of change are identical, they travel in the exact same direction at the same steepness, meaning they will never intersect. Second, let's look at intersecting lines. If two functions have different slopes, their paths must cross. Take our yellow line again and compare it to the orange line. Y sub 3 equals minus 2x plus 1. Because their slopes are completely different, they are guaranteed to cross at exactly one point. You can clearly see that point marked on our graph as our point of intersection. In summary, matching slopes give us parallel lines, while different slopes give us an intersection. To wrap everything up, let's look at a quick summary of the linear function. Everything we have discussed stems from the standard equation. Y equals f of x equals a times x plus b. First, let's review its core properties. A linear function is always a first-degree polynomial. meaning the highest exponent on x is just 1. Its graph is always a perfectly straight line with a constant rate of change given by the slope a. Because the line extends infinitely in both directions, both the domain and the range consist of all real numbers. Next, keep these important points in mind when graphing. The y-intercept is where the line crosses the vertical axis at x equals 0, giving us the coordinate point 0, b. The x-intercept, which is also called the root, is where the line crosses the horizontal axis at y equals 0. You can always find this coordinate point by calculating minus b over a 0. Master these simple properties and you can understand any straight line in mathematics. So this is the end of our lesson today. Thank you very much for your attention. I'll see you next time.